Hello and welcome to SULKNATIONtv. In this episode, I'm going to be discussing what's next for Project Sulk, my R53 Mini Cooper S. Performance-wise, there's still a bit to do to get it to that magic figure that I'm looking for, which is around 230 brake horsepower. What I need to do to accomplish that is get a new camshaft, is get bigger injectors, is to get a map and make sure the car is running as efficiently as possible. All of those aspects in line with the lightweight crankshaft pulley, the lightweight alternator pulley, my reduced by 15% supercharger pulley. All of those little bits and pieces should combine to really help me out. Will my MTC Motorsport intercooler survive that additional stress on the engine? It might do, but I made a mistake with it a while ago, which I didn't pick up. And yeah, I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna have to buy a new intercooler at some stage in the near future. I don't want to go into the mistake I made. Let's just say it was foolish and stupid, and I've had to essentially makeshift underneath the intercooler to give it a little bit more height off the supercharger. If anybody's made a similar mistake, you'll know exactly what I've done. If you haven't, then cool, don't even worry about it. Moving away from straight up horsepower and torque gains, let's talk about other performance parts. So as I've said in previous videos, I really want a big brake kit. And yeah, all right, so an AP Racing big brake kit would be ideal, but is about £1,000. So more than likely, I'm going to go for an R56 brake setup, so I can run 294mm brake discs and hopefully get the stopping power that this car needs already, that I don't have, even though I've got upgraded pads and discs. It's all about the calipers with this one, people, it really is. Also, I bought ages ago an oil catch can for Majestic Performance, and I've looked forward to putting it on for the whole time I've had it. It's black. I ordered it with red hoses. They sent me black hoses. Fine, I'm not going to complain about that. And they're very well crafted hoses. You know, they're braided. They're great. But to put the oil catch can where I want to put it, those hoses aren't even close to being long enough. They are very short, and I don't understand how those hoses are right for my car, because where you plug them in and where you'd put the oil catch can, there's no way those hoses are long enough. And I don't want to pull a big fat hose underneath my intercooler, or the top of my intercooler, and pull it over towards the exhaust manifold. No, I want it to be seamless and come round. So that's something that I've got to buy new hoses for. Also, staying with performance, I was, you know, sort of tempted by the idea of coilovers. It improves the handling and camber adjustability and all that jazz. I like the suspension I get in here. I think the handling's great already. So do I need to spend 800 quid on a set of Bilstein, or Bilstein, however you want to say it, coilovers, when all they really may add to the performance of the car is, all right, the car sticks going around corners a little bit more, but at the same time, on those more leisurely runs that I generally go on, it's going to make the car really, really boring and horrible and hard and just not fun to drive. I've been in R53s that are set up like that, and it does make me kind of go, oh, do I really need them? I know I want to get rid of the arch gaps some more, but do I really need them? No, I'm going to go for some lowering springs instead with the current stock suspension I've got. This stock suspension, looking at it, which I have done, does not look like it was from 2005. I'm assuming that it's been replaced at some point, and it's in very good condition. So some lowering springs, probably eye-back, but that'll get the ride height I'm looking for without sacrificing comfort, but keeping that drivability factor going on. So yeah, coilovers probably aren't going to happen soon. if ever, unless I decide to track the car, and then, yeah, I'll strip it right back, bang some coilovers on it. Doesn't have to be fun to drive anywhere, as long as it's good on the track. Let's talk interior mods. So, you know, I like the layout of the interior of this car. Yeah, it's a little bit too plasticky. I mean, wiggle, wiggle, wobble, wobble, wiggle, wiggle, wobble, wobble. But, you know, I've done the center console black. I think it looks really good with the silver either side. It works for me, so I don't really have any ambition to actually do much with the interior. But got my dodgy door card on this side that just pops off, because where let's say the nuts that you screw the bolts into to hold the door card on, 3 of them are knackered. So there's only really 1 or 2 holding the door card onto the actual door itself, which, as you can imagine, is annoying, because sometimes I pull the door shut and the door card pops off. And I'm like, that's really annoying. That's not something that I want to have to deal with. So I'm going to buy some race-inspired, let's say, door cards. The ones with, essentially, that are flat, that don't have any of the, you know, this sort of stuff. You know, you get like a sort of, what looks like a toe strap pull. I've seen them made by Lowen. I quite like the look of them. Just going for plain black and maybe some red, or I don't know, maybe I'll stick to just black door pulls. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for those. They're going to cost me about 90 quid for the pair, including the door pulls. And in all honesty, I'm a relatively big guy. I'm 6 foot. I'm just under 16 stone. I've lost a little bit of weight. But, you know, I think having it a little bit more streamlined on the door might make it a little bit more comfortable for me to be a little bit more wide as I'm driving along. So that's going to happen as well. The other interior mod that I want to do, and I want to do really soon because I like the look of it, is going for an aftermarket steering wheel. Now, I like the 3-spoke steering wheel that I have. I do. There's no denying it. I do like this steering wheel. I want to go for like an OMP one. You know, there's one I've seen, I think it's called the Super Leggera, which is like, you know, finished with like a black suede around the actual sort of wheel itself. And, you know, you can fit that horn, which is essentially a must really for MOTs, from what I've been told. I don't know. The car's due for an MOT soon. I'm not going to do it before the MOT, so it'll give me a year's grace to get it sorted. Yes, it won't have an airbag, so from a safety point of view, not great. Will I end up regretting not having an airbag? Let's hope not. Let's really hope not. I don't want to jeopardise my face for no airbag, but at the same time, I want the aesthetic to look good. I want a steering wheel that makes me go, ooh, every time I get in. And the 3-spoke, yeah, it's nicer than the 2-spoke by a long shot. But I don't get in and go, ooh, and I want to do that. That's it really for the interior. Obviously, that doesn't count the inevitable issues that I'll probably have in the not too distant future with other maintenance heavy parts. And that's what it's like when you modify cars. You want to create an experience for yourself that's truly enjoyable. That's why you want a car like this. That's why, you know, I love hearing that supercharger whine. I will never get bored of it. That's why you modify a car for fun. That's why you buy a car like an R53 for fun. And that's what I've done. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more, then there's plenty on my YouTube channel, SULKNATIONtv. So please go and look at that, subscribe, turn on notifications, put a thumbs up if you like it. And until the next time, I've been me, you've been you, and well done for that.